Rubio, a lot of young people in here have been wondering about your policy or your beliefs about climate change. Can you tell us what you think?
Well, the climate's always changed. There's never been a time when the climate's been the same. It always changes. I think the fundamental question for a policymaker is, what can you do about it? And here's the problem that I have. They come forward and say, we want you to pass this policy, okay? Whatever it may be, cap and trade. We want you to do this because this is what people who believe what we believe about the climate support. I say, okay. So then I ask the scientists, how many feet of sea level will this prevent if we pass this in America? None, at least not in the foreseeable future. Okay. How many degrees of global climate temperature changes will this affect? None. Then I turn to the economist. How many jobs will this destroy? Thousands. How many businesses won't open if we do this? Thousands. How, will this make us more or less competitive on the world stage? Less competitive. And so people are asking me to support policies that will hurt our economy but have no measurable impact on the environment. Primarily because America's a lot of things, but one thing it's not is a planet. America's not a planet. And China and India and other developing countries, they're emitting much more carbon than we are. So the question is, what can we do about it? And the answer is, if what you want is less carbon emission, guess what? Good news, it's going to happen. It already is. You know why? Because of American innovation. Today, we are making extraordinary advances in biofuels, and renewables, and wind, and in solar. I love all that stuff. Let's lead the world in all of it. Let's lead the world in all of those energy resources. Let's become the most energy efficient people on the planet. I'm for all of that. And the American innovator is already achieving that. What I am telling you is we are going to fully utilize the oil and the natural gas that we've been blessed with, because there is a responsible way of using that. When it comes to natural gas in particular, that is a clean source of energy. And all of these groups, by the way, used to be in favor of natural gas. Why don't you use more natural gas, they used to say, until we found natural gas in America. And now they don't want us to use it. That's absurd. We are going to fully utilize natural gas. And let me tell you what that means for real people. If you now become energy independent and cheaper than the rest of the world on energy, for real people, it means your utility rates are not going to keep going up. They're going to be stable. So the cost of living will be less. And let me tell you, maybe for one of these billionaires that supports this stuff, a $1,000 increase in their utility bill, they won't even notice it in their mansion. But for a single mom raising 2 kids, if the electric bill goes up $25 or $30 a month, or the heating bill goes up $25 or $30 a month, they're going to notice. That is the difference between a new pair of shoes this month or having to go another 2 months with the same shoes for their kids. And for business, this is extraordinary, because manufacturing, we got to be a country that makes things again. And the highest overhead cost of manufacturing is energy. And if it is substantially cheaper to power a manufacturing plant in America instead of somewhere else, we can bring manufacturing back, which means millions of good-paying jobs for people that today can't find one. So we're going to fully utilize our energy resources. We're going to allow the American innovator to make us a global leader in wind and solar and biofuels and renewables. We're going to produce less carbon as a result of it, but we're not going to destroy our economy. We are not going to destroy our economy. And we are not, when I'm president, going to take billions of the money you give the federal government out of your own hard-earned money and send it to developing countries. Because you know who the developing countries are? China is considered a developing country. There is no way when I am president that we are sending billions of dollars to China so they can become cleaner. They've got billions of dollars. We owe them billions of dollars. So I'm not doing anything that hurts our economy, and I think we can deal with all these issues without destroying our economy, but it will require us to rely on innovation, not on government mandates.